Hello, everybody. My name is Bogdan Badea. I'm the CEO of eJobs, the #1 job board in Romania. Welcome you, everybody, and hope you have an amazing time at recruiTECH 2021. We will discuss today about recruiting in pandemic times. As we all know, it has been crazy 2020, and 2021 doesn't seem to be that nicer to us at this point. But let's take a look and see what's happened and what's changed in our behavior and also in the candidates' behavior as well. We have the record number of job applies. We have over 12.3 million in 2020 compared to 9.4 million in 2019. And also the beginning of 2021 doesn't seem to look like it's slowing down in terms of applies. We have over 3.6 million applies in the first 3 months of 2021. We have a massive boom in 18-24 age group, over 500,000 applies every month from this age group, which wasn't the top performer when it comes to job applies for eJobs. It was #4 age group, now is #2. Very close to the #1 spot, which is age 25 to 35 years of age. Lack of feedback, it remains the #1 issue when it comes to employees and when it comes to candidates. Companies now having in some cases even lower number of recruiters when it comes to all the processes in the company. They have less time to give feedback to the candidates, which turns out to be one of the key factors when the candidates are choosing a company. Usually they are going for companies who are giving feedback to the candidates, and they are enjoying this giving the give of feedback from these employees. Candidates are now more open to a career transition, professional reconversion, reskilling, how you want to call it. It's a great moment for companies who are offering these services because it's a high demand from a candidate perspective, because they have huge problems finding new jobs. So the reconversion, reskilling seems the only option for a lot of industries at this point. And when we look further at 2030, for example, we see that a lot of jobs will disappear, a lot of jobs will appear, but the job who will appear, they are more digital. So we all the people, or a lot of people, have to reskill and get these digital skills in order to get new jobs in the next 10 years. Remote work is no longer wishful thinking. We are now in the point where remote work is here to stay into different forms, even permanent remote work, hybrid model, 1 day per week, 2 days per week. This remote work, it's clearly one of the best things maybe happened to 2020, and for sure employees are enjoying at some point. Some of them want to return to the office, so the hybrid model seems to be the winner for the next years to come. The number of jobs is going through a roller coaster. We have months where the number of jobs posting it's amazing, and we have a month depending on the lockdown, depending on the restrictions, depending on the news from the television stations, and also from the social media. Companies are not that optimistic. They are stopping in the process of recruiting, but we see that 2021 has started great in terms of job posting, so we hopefully will keep this also for the period to come. We have the figures regarding number of jobs and number of applies. We can see that we have been through a roller coaster. We have seen in March, April, the job applies and also the job posted have massively dropped. Also, we see a slowdown in November, December 2020, when the new restriction came up to place in Romania. And now we are seeing that the things are coming back to place. We are seeing that the first quarter of 2021, in terms of jobs, it's almost at the same level as the first quarter in 2020, before the pandemic, or even compared to 2019 as well. And also we see the job applies are still at the strong pace when it comes to candidates. Who are the winners? Remote jobs. For clearly, remote jobs were the winners for the 2020 and still are the most searched item on our platform, the remote jobs. Big stable corporations, Romanian employees and Romanian candidates are searching for stable and comfortable jobs. Let's put it like that. And for them, this is offered by big stable corporation, multinationals when it comes to the job offering. So the career transition, school, trainings, academies, reskilling. This is one of the best things that happened in 2020. People are open to reskilling, which wasn't a hot topic in Romania in 2019, for example. Core talents, white collar candidates, IT professionals, digital professionals are in high demand at this point in Romania and I think all over the world. And you can feel it because also Romanian can work remote for foreign companies. So even the pool, the talent pool, it's even lower than it was in 2019 and 2018 because the new ways of working have opened for Romanian IT and digital employees. Not so lucky. Entrepreneurs and startups looking to hire. Our mentality is to go to stable jobs. Our mentality is not taking risks when we are an employee of a company. So going into startup, into entrepreneurship, it's still hard work for the candidates to feel and to rely on. So entrepreneurs are having problems, especially the small companies, getting the talents right in order for their startup to catch up, especially if they are in the IT field, in the technology field. Employers who fail to communicate and give feedback. At some point, there are employers who are doing a great jobs in terms of business, who companies working very good, but they fail to communicate that to the employees. And every bad news that they get from the papers, from the TV, it's clearly leaving a mark on them. And sometimes employees decide to leave the company based on a rumor that the company does not want to comment on. Foreign employers hiring abroad. This has been a massive drop in the applies for the jobs that are in abroad. We are dropped from 2 million applies, which counted for 20% of the total applies in 2019, to 2% of the applies in 2020. That means the Romanian people, for the moment, are not searching that massively for job abroad. Entry-level and blue-collar candidates. This has been a massive topic because entry-level people, as I mentioned, they are very much in search for a new job or for the first job at this point. But the high demand that they have on the market right now doesn't seems to be equally with the offering of new jobs from the company. So here we have a massive gap in a number of young people who want to get hired and the number of jobs available for them at this point. And candidates with poor digital skills, yes, they had problems in 2020. They will have problems in 2021. And if it doesn't, the state authorities, the companies will not go for the reskilling or for the upskilling towards the digital skills. I think in the next 10 years, we will have big troubles integrating this type of people into the job market. Mythbusters, yes, we want to see if some things that are rumors are actually real in the job market. Candidates on all experience levels are widely available because of the crisis. No, they are not. We have the IT professional, digital professional, white collar specialists who are in high demand at this point, and they are not widely available on the market. They are actually very hard to find in some cases. Finding relevant candidates is easier and faster than ever. Yes, if it's the case for entry-level people, maybe for blue collars or for industries that have problems during this pandemic. But as I mentioned in the first point, it's not applying for the whole market. Salaries went down and the candidates are willing to make big financial compromises in order to get a job. No, is not available for the whole industries or for the whole departments or specialists. Yet it is for some cities, for some industries where they have problems. But this is a temporary solution in order to find new employees, but it will not last on 2022, for example. Becoming an entrepreneur is still every corporate employer's dream. No, it's not. It has been, but now at this point, seeing the troubles and the hard things the entrepreneurs have to go through this pandemic, a lot of people who are willing to go to entrepreneurships are now rethinking, and but they are thinking about maybe open a business in 2022, which is it's hugely different for what we are now living. Employees are eager to get back to office work. No, they are not eager to get back to office work. Employers are eager to get back the candidates to the office. A lot of them, not all of them, of course. The employees, according to the studies, are the majority of them are happy with the remote work. So they want to stay at home or have at least the hybrid model implemented from the end of 2021. Remote work is a benefit for employees. No, it's not a benefit for employees. It's a benefit for the employers at this point, because they have to run their activities in order to run the business, in order to make revenue and to make profits. When we will be able to come back to the office in large numbers, the companies will keep the remote work, will treat it as a benefit, and it's normal because it will be a benefit. Other companies are getting the employees back to the office. You are not. You are having the benefit of staying 2 or 3 days per week at your house. And the number 7, it's you don't need employer branding anymore with so many available candidates on the market. You have to have employer branding, at least with a small budget. You have to communicate, okay, not with big budgets, because there have been a lot of cuts, especially in employer branding in 2020 and also in 2021, but you need to communicate. Being in their shoes, the employers, the chase for elected candidates is fiercer than ever. As I mentioned, candidates, specialists, IT professional, digital professional. Emotional health of employees is a big issue at this point, and companies are willing to go the extra mile and help the employees get out of this crisis with a safer and healthier environment than ever. Should we bring employees back to the office? As I mentioned, you have to make surveys, you need to take things carefully and easy in order not to scare them, not to risk anything for your business. Candidates' frustration is a lot of time high. Yes, you need to give feedback in order to not ruin your employer branding, in order to attract people on the long run. Wish list. What do employers want? They want to restart hiring and ease the pressure on the current teams, because a lot of companies have freeze the recruitment in 2020 for some months of 2020. Bringing teams back to the office, as I mentioned, this is it's a plan that needs to be carefully thought when it's implemented. Increasing recruitment and employer branding budgets. Yes, there have been some cuts on that end, and companies are now willing to go the extra mile in order to restart recruitment and also restart employer branding activities that they were going very, very strong at the beginning of 2020 for a lot of companies in Romania. And no surprises, no more online meetings and conferences. This is clearly a thing that needs to end at the end of 2021, hopefully, but 2022, we all hope that we will meet offline also for recruiTECH. Being in their shoes, the candidates, young people, as I mentioned, very hot searching for new jobs. 40 plus, this has been a problem in Romania. It is a problem in Romania. They worry that they are not fresh enough for the market. They are overqualified. Companies do not want them. And here it's there is some truth in this. In some cases, companies are willing to give more chances to young people than to 40 plus, and this is a problem. It needs to be addressed by the companies, who are, by the way, run by plus 40 management team. So I think that the first thing that a company needs to look at themselves and change the management style in order to integrate employees who are over 40 years of age. 36% of all participants of a recent survey that we did, they have a strong sense of insecurity related to the future when it comes to pandemic, when it comes to their job, when it comes to their company. So here we need to be very careful with this. 90% out of them are depressed. This is a normal thing when you think that over 12 months now, we are with restriction, we are in our houses, we cannot travel, we have online schools and so on. And 27% fear nothing good will come out of 2021. I think here it's also about depressed people and also about people who are not that optimistic regarding 2021. Wish list, what do candidates and employees want? More jobs on the market, of course, they want more choices, more options, feedback. Remote work or hybrid work system implemented on the long run. Salary should be made public in the job ads. Transparent communication within the company, and increase salaries, bigger bonuses, more benefits, or bring back the benefits, let's call it like that. This is actually no news over here. Yes, 2020 was like building a plane while flying in the air without a safety net. What to do better for 2021? Make time for feedback. No feedback equals frustrated, angry, and anxious candidates lost on the long term for sure. Smart employer branding strategy. You don't have to allocate big amount of money, big budgets, but you need to communicate more, PR strategies, small stuff, putting your employees as your ambassadors and so on. Number 3, be transparent with your employees. Update them constantly. Even the things are going strong, tell them it's going strong. If it's not going strong, tell them if it is not going strong, we need to push more in order to get back and also to hit the numbers. Yeah. Stay focused when communicating. Nobody cares anymore if you have, nobody cared in the past, at least if you have a cool office and you go to the team building, nobody goes to team buildings anymore, or they are very, very rarely found in some companies. What they need to see now that you are stable, you are trustworthy, and you are actually making transparent decision making in the process when it comes to communicating with your employees. And core talents are still hard to find. Approach them wisely and targeted, especially if you are a startup or entrepreneur. You don't need to work twice as hard to spread the image. And also focus on retention. It will be a massive thing when it comes to the second half of 2021. A lot of your best employees are not searching for jobs at this point because they are still in the comfortable place and also in the scared place when it comes to pandemic times. But when the market will go back to where it was, your top employees will be hunted by your competition, and you need to be very careful on the retention. Thank you very much for your attention, and I really do believe that we need to be very careful when it comes to 2021, and also we need to set the things in order to get to the full speed in 2022. Thank you very much, all the best, and have an amazing 2021.